It's 2019 and I'm on the road. I was close to having been on the road for 6 months. I'd buried my mother 11 months prior to the trip after having been her primary carer for the previous 5 years. I had done the clean-up and prepared the house for sale. My sister had been coordinating the said sale, and so it was imperative that I stay close to communication. It's not so easy in the bush. This trip was to help me get my head back in order, and I was ready to get back to family and friends. And so with what looked like an easy run home, I was not prepared for the drama that was to emerge in the next few days. The trip was to end earlier than anticipated. Let's hit the road. Okay, so this is the Stanley rest area. We're leaving. We stayed here yesterday. So, as a result, those people got a problem. So they've got a knock that's happening. It's in the middle of the engine, in the middle somewhere. Sounds like it could be gearbox or something. It's not a healthy sound. So it's Tuesday and it's the 13th of August. And we're leaving the Stanley rest area. Sandfire Roadhouse is about 105 kilometres down the road. So that will be sort of our objective. There's a caravan parked there, but we'll be looking for something else, I think. Did some sums yesterday, something I should have done a long time ago, I think. And basically at the moment, we're having to limit ourselves to a tank of fuel a week. With that, we're down to 700 kilometres a week, which basically means 100 kilometres a day. It's 2,000 kilometres to Perth, so we're looking at around about 3 weeks. Let all the traffic by it, and then we'll just drift on down the road. So we're 185 kilometres south of Roebuck at the moment. We set our trip meter for the day. And we'll just take a nice leisurely run down the road. Well, it's Wednesday the 14th of August, and I pulled in here about 11:30 yesterday, and it's now 9:25 the next day. We're right opposite Mandorah station. That's it up to the right. So when you're getting the weather from Mandorah on the ABC, this is where it happens, just up here. And just a little bit down the road is the Kidston Track, or the Wappet Road, which heads off across towards the Canning Stock Route and further on to the Gary Highway. So there you go, a little bit of geography and stuff for you. It's quite pleasant there. Nobody called in because there's no signage on it saying that it's there, so I had the place to myself all night, all afternoon yesterday in fact. Excellent stuff. Pardue is about 122 k's down the road. I'm going to be looking for some some gravel traps along the way. I can't remember what bloody map they were on. Now there you go, that's a bit of fun, isn't it? Anyway, we'll see what we can do. So we did 133 yesterday. We're looking at doing something like around about 100 today. Got some news last night that it looks as though the settlement is all ready to go through at the end of this week. That'd be really nice if it happens. Final inspection today. Margaret and John have gone over this morning, or are going over this morning, just to run through and make sure that everything's working and everything is good. And we'll see what happens from there. It'd be marvellous if it happens, but we're not holding their breath. Not holding it at all. Straight stretch of road, and there's 3 crosses on the side of the road. And attention, did they hit a truck? What happened? I have a friend in Albany whose husband is a musician and who crashed about 3 weeks ago. Fell asleep at the wheel. So I actually had a micro nap once upon a time and scared the hell out of me. So you just got to be totally aware, and if you're feeling a bit like that, then pull over. Have a quick one. And yeah. Now all of a sudden there's a few of these little roundabout things, probably from when they were doing the roads, but certainly perfect little camping spots. Bit bouncy this morning. Maybe I should have taken time to drag the old computer out, set her up for the GPS side of things. 6-inch screen hardly does the job for you really when you're trying to look at the bigger picture map wise. Yeah, the track going off to the left here, there's a tower. That's a cell tower. A heap of vehicles in there. So that must be also, unless, because that's also the kitchen tray. I do believe. Well, it's 20 to Pardue. I've done 97, according to the speedo anyway. And finally we have a park coming up. Rest area. Which I could use because I'm feeling a touch peckish. There's someone in there. This one looks like it's used by trucks a fair bit, somehow. At this point, surprise, my audio system failed. I called into Pardue Roadhouse to make use of the signal before continuing west to the De Grey rest area. As I approached the Marble Bar Road turn-off, I received word that I needed to talk to the bank and others regarding the final tie-up of the sale of my mother's house. And so I found a spot with signal on the side of the road and spent the next hour or so sorting that out. And that is where I woke up the next day. It's Thursday, the 15th of August, and I've been parked on the side of the road here all night. There's a tower just up the road there, which I had to call the Bendigo Bank yesterday, and they were busy and said they'd give me a call back in half an hour, or it would take probably half an hour, and then they'd try me 3 times. And I thought, righto, let's try and find somewhere close to this tower, so at least I know I've got some sort of signal. So I found the spot and I grabbed it. Then when they rang me back, spoke to them on the phone for over an hour, and so by then it was 4:30 or thereabouts, getting on anyway. I decided that I would stay the night, which is what I've done. Now we're at Stanley. There's a road coming up on the left hand side, which is the Marble Bar Road, and we're going to let any traffic go through at the moment. There's a couple of nice structures here too. I've got a feeling I took some pictures of them last night, but I'm going to take a couple more. So we're on our way again. There's a truck going down the road, and I wonder where he'd gone. He'd gone in there, actually up to the right hand side. So where that road goes, I guess it's to a private station. It's not marked on the GPS, but then again, there's a lot of roads are marked on the GPS that aren't there. There's a lot that are there that aren't marked. So it's comforting to know that you might know exactly where you are, but you've actually got no idea or no clue as to where that actually is. Oh dear, oh dear. So it's all very well for these companies to put their maps out, but unless they're going to go and sort them out as time goes on, and these are supposedly updated maps, so who knows. So it's 7 o'clock. I've been up since about, I don't know, 4:45 I suppose. What a nice little sunset photo this morning. Sunset, this hour of the morning. Sunrise photo this morning. And yes, it was me that took it. I was actually up at the time. So straight on to Port Hedland. Left to Marble Bar, Nullagine, Newman. The Newman section's unsealed still. So we're not taking that. But we're going to Port Hedland to stock up on food, get another gas cylinder, get some fuel, all that sort of stuff. Gee whiz, there's enough blinking solar panels there to light up a small intersection. So we're 50 kilometres from Port Hedland. Well, I reckon there's a chance of rain up here today. Don't believe them at all. Well, here we go, it's 7:30, and we're merging into traffic on what seems to be something like a freeway heading towards South Hedland. And they've had a spot of rain here overnight, well, this morning anyway, but that was all forecast anyway. Now then, what station's this one? Is this a Puma? Yes it is. Okay, so that's us fueled up. Fueled, new gas cylinder, and unleaded. $118 litres, so we've got plenty to keep us going now. Just got to find the shopping centre now and do that, and then we're on our way again. Well, the RAC card saved us a whopping $4.83, so that's a start, I suppose. Right there to go through to Newman. You head down the coast a wee bit going down there, but we're going on out to South Edland. If nothing else, the mining money buys you infrastructure. But they still don't have a Bunnings up here. Town centre, exit 3. Two, three. I think I've gone too far. I have gone too far. Town centre is exit 2, not 3. I suppose you could say I've done one lap of the of South Edland, well certainly at that roundabout. South Edland to the left. It all seems to have changed since I was here last time, but in actual fact, it's probably exactly the same. The Coles. That's roughly all I want, really. Okay, it's 9:10. We're fueled up and we've stocked up the food. I didn't look left or right in there. I thought, right, come in, grab what I need and out. There were a few biscuits and magnums and things, sort of, I don't know where they came from, but they bloody fell into my trolley. It wasn't until I got to the checkout we saw them. It was too late to take them back then, of course. So I even walked past the food stalls and they all looked quite yummy. They did. Climbed out of bed this morning and decided to go for the eggs, hash browns and a couple of frozen sausages that were there. One of the eggs wouldn't come out of the packet and I thought, that's crazy. You know, I hadn't been anywhere or done anything. It was working all right before, so it shouldn't have split. And anyway, I got one egg into the pan and the other one, it just went bonk. Bonk. I looked at it and they had a crack around the shell. The thing was frozen. So the fridge is running a bit cold at the moment, but still trying to sort that out. But for all that, it I just got the shell off it and melted enough of it, or defrosted it enough to get the shell off and to get it out of the shell, and then plonked it as a lump into the pan, and the heat sort of defrosted it down into a thing that was edible in the end. But so a couple of sausages, a couple of eggs, a couple of hash browns. That was brekkie. But that was at 6:30 this morning. Starting to feel a bit peckish. Anyway, we'll get on the road a bit and then we'll work something out from there. Just got to find my way out of here. Righto, that service station on the left, we fueled up there once and then I asked them if I could have water, and I just paid a fortune for bloody fuel, and then they wanted another $10 or something for the water, and because I've been, you know, very calm and everything, packed the puppy and said, go and get stuffed. Anyway, very humid here this morning. I don't know whether it's just Port Edland or whether it's the fact that it's overcast and there's some sort of rain around, I guess. There we go, here's my roundabout that I just did a 360 on not so long ago. Oh, it's not a roundabout, it's a T-junction. Roburn and Newman. So we actually go down for a way before the Great Northern Highway curves inland and the Northwest Coastal Highway meets it. Interesting sculpture. Looks like a piece of metal, like a piece of iron that went wrong in the thing. And okay, so left to Newman. Otherwise, we wind up going back to Broome, and we don't want to do that. Whoops. I was supposed to do that sort of thing, but I did. Because I'm that sort of guy. The golf club there, so we camped in there when we came up in 2013, I think it was. Low cost camping area in there, and there's a few caravans in there as well. Everything up here seems to be coated in fine red dust. So we have ourselves an oversized vehicle coming apparently. There it is, car and caravan.
Coming over with this LV, then Southwest Creek Bridge is shut down for northbound oversize 8.5 metres under supervision.
Big one. And it somehow doesn't feel anywhere near as humid outside at the moment. Whether that's got to do because of the fact that we're out of town or just a change of atmospheric conditions, who knows. Okay, back on the road again. Look down the side of the caravan, there's something in front of the tyre. I go back and check it and it's a dead thong. So we had to take a photo of that, of course. The fact that someone had blown a tread. This is one busy road all of a sudden. Okay, so right is to Roburn, and down that way and straight on it's towards Newman. So now I fully realise that the problem is all mine because I'm the one who keeps forgetting to bloody let it off, but I would like to have a handbrake that's effectual, something that tells you that it's bloody on. I mean, okay, it's no point having the light on because you don't see those, or I don't. There's something that says, hey, you've got the bloody handbrake on. I haven't had a situation like that for years in this thing. It's silly old bastard material, I know, but still. Indy Station stay. So this is where it is, up here. And to the left. It's ridiculous sort of sitting on the bikes and the feet sticking out sideways. Night Rider. It's a nice little spot for parking. Whatever you're ready, buddy. Look at this pink thing here. Ah. Well, there's a platform and a few trucks for you. Well, okay, so I've got a truck on my ass. I've waved him past, and he's still sitting there. I knew he can see a lot further than me, so he can probably see things I can't. You're clear. Range of hills coming in closer on the right hand side of us is the Hammersley Range, I think it is. I see. So the metal pits, Main Roads Department are saying, or that no unauthorised access. So in other words, you caravanners, keep out. I've seen 3 of those so far, those signs. Before I left Perth, I had this new 2-way antenna put on. And it's certainly a lot stronger than anything I've had before. I pick up from long distances, and you have a look behind you, there's nothing in sight. You have a look in front of you, there's nothing in sight. And you don't see anything. But you get these voices out of thin air. Hammersley Range in front of us there. Probably going to find out when I have a look at the map that it's called something else, at the Hammersley somewhere else, but that's it, I'm sure. Another range of hills well over to the east over there too. So we're actually heading south at the moment, so the hills on the right are on the western side. It's 22 minutes past 12. I had a cup of coffee. Sounding a little lumpy, feeling a little lumpy. wonder whether an injector might be a problem or something, but pulled in feeling a bit lumpy. And anyway, I was talking about this range as to whether it's the Warburton Range or not, and it's not. It's just a range of hills. Further down is the Chichester Range, and then not Warburton, Hammersley. So further down is the Chichester Range, and then of course is the Hammersley Range in and around that area as well. But this is just a range of hills. It's not listed on the map. But yeah, she, the old girl feels she's running a bit lumpy at idle, and even other than that, so all the gauges are showing what they should be. Who knows? It's not pulling like it should, so I don't know. Let's see. The hills have turned a different colour. Well, the rocks, whatever you like to call them. Look at these trucks are like caterpillars out here. Okay, this is something that's not marked on the map, and that is Two Camel Creek, designated 24-hour designated parking area. It's not happy at all. Okay. Okay, we've got a motor that's not happy. It sounds as though it's firing on 5 or something like that. It's not firing on all 6. Seems to pull all right, but oil pressure's up. Everything else seems to be okay. So the old road's further over to the left according to this map that I've got, but well, the journey hasn't finished out quite the way we hoped it would have. She ground to a halt about 66 kilometres away from here, and this is a place called Oski. They're about 192 kilometres short of Newman. The van's going to do the return back, the trip back. We're going back to Port Hedland. They'll all get loaded onto a truck and sent down to Perth. Technology. The drawbar comes out and it twists around, swivels around, up and down, and puts it exactly where you want it. Cheating. I want it. I want it. There we go, look at this. Bloody amazing.
That's it.
That's it, it's in. And there's the operator. Oh well, here we go, heading back to Port Hedland. So here we are, going South Hedland, and the old girl's coming off. It's probably had a more comfortable ride than what the caravan did. Opened the door of the caravan and everything that normally moves everywhere hadn't moved. The stuff on the desk, which usually just sits there, well, it's all over the floor. So we're now camped in here, and this is where they'll get picked up from and then taken away. There she is, sitting waiting to go home.
At the golf course.
Yeah.
Mate, I reckon that'd be perfect. Thanks for that.
There she is.
Nice new one, Larry.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
So I've put the sticker on, and that's the K's now.
Yep.
So and the date. So obviously you add 150 to that. So roughly it's going to be due at 700.
Yep. Yeah, she looks a little different under there, doesn't it?
And he obviously, you know, got all the hoses and this, and I just put a power steering hose on, which I made up.
Yep.
Because of that hose, you've got to buy the whole hose system, which apparently is $700. So for $10.
Yeah. And we got a black rocket cover.
No, you've done well.
You reckon it'll work?
I don't know.
Do you want to try?
Give it a try. This sounds like a new one.
Absolutely. See how she goes. Less power than what we've had before, but you can tow it before without the turbo on. But it was into a stiff hot breeze. It was 40 degrees. That was a long time ago. That was back in 2009.
But that wasn't a new motor. This is a new motor, so you'll be right.
And I'm a little more patient these days than what I was then too. So let's see how we go. So, anyone want a motor? That's it.
Feel all right?
Yeah, the clutch wheel's different, but it will do. It's a new clutch and that sort of thing, so it'll all be good. Yeah.
I never know you haven't got out of second gear yet, but you're about to do that, so.
Yeah, I'll see how she goes power-wise from there. Good one. If you enjoyed this video, there are over 400 more just like it on this channel. Subscribe and hit the notification bell and we'll let you know when our next video is available. If you like this video, hit the like button and maybe even leave a comment. If you weren't too impressed, then the dislike button tells us absolutely nothing. So tell us why, so that we can do something about it. Thanks for watching.